Shalom. This is a new series I'm starting called Two Peas in a Pod. And of course, it starts with Florida woman. So you know it's going to be something wild. But the article reads Florida woman intentionally ran over boyfriend with car while holding, while he was holding their toddler. This is according to the sheriff. Aaliyah Ross told cops she has pretended to run him over in the past but would swerve at the last second to avoid hitting him. So obviously, this is not the first time this situation has happened. But for you to be so upset that you would actually hit him this time while he's holding your child, and the fact that the brother was in a toxic relationship to begin with anyway, like both of them were obviously made for each other. And as we go through this article, you're gonna see that's why it's a good you have a good understanding if you see a domestic dispute and you stay out of it, because these two have a history of this type of violence. This is not just because she finally ran him over. This was building. This is there have been. I'm certain there have been stabbings and hot water and Clorox and broken out windshields. So let's go through this article. A Florida woman is behind bars after intentionally running over her boyfriend and their 16-month-old son during an argument on Monday, according to the Polk County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Grady Judd on Tuesday said the incident began when Aaliyah Ross, 27, was arguing with her boyfriend inside her home. So this nigga was living with her. The boyfriend, who is the father of the 16-month-old, decided he needed to step outside to calm down. That's a good thing. That's what you're supposed to do. And took the child out with him. So he took his son outside with him. This is what dad do when you get in a situation with your woman, you go outside and cool off. No. Not this brother. But instead of calming down, he threw a cinder block at Ross's car. Ross became angry and put two other children, a 4-year-old and a 6-month-old. So hold on, wait a minute. I've read this article and I even picked that up. So she has a 16-month-old by him. And what is that, 10 months later? So as soon as she had that baby, she got pregnant with this 6-month-old. Let me. Ross became angry and put two other children, a 4-year-old and a 6-month-old, in her car before getting into the driver's seat, according to Fox 13 Tampa Bay. She then lunged her car toward her boyfriend and the toddler one time. So she went past him the first time before driving toward them again and running both of them over, Judd said. This is her. This is her. So you can't see that manly spirit on this woman. A lot of our brothers don't even haven't been taught nothing. And hadn't been taught nothing. They think that they supposed to argue all day and it's a normal life. You're not supposed to live like that, brother. We're not supposed to be arguing with the female. She's supposed to be there to help us with our problems. You know what I mean? And I ain't speaking monetarily per se. I'm speaking on, like, when you're down and out, she's supposed to build you up and get you to back to being that leader that you're supposed to be. She's not supposed to be competing and y'all going back and forth and arguing and fighting and stuff. And I can speak on this because I was in a toxic physical relationship before. So I know, I've been there. And you know, one of my sisters told me, if you stay, you like it. So anybody that's in a domestic situation, you like it because you continue to go back. And I was in a bad financial situation, and the Lord helped me to get out of it, but I was conscious of it, and I worked to leave that situation. So, and it didn't take no year. So it didn't take years. So once you're you realize you're in a toxic situation, the best thing you can do is separate from that person. Ross kept driving until she crashed her car into a neighbor's house. So so she ran him over, and she done blacked out, and she's got two other children, two infant and a child that she put in the car on purpose. Now she done crashed into a neighbor's house. Now she done ruined their property. Judge said she then grabbed her wounded son and took him back to her house while her boyfriend went to the hospital to be treated for injury. So not only did you run your baby over, you didn't even take him to get no medical attention. She allegedly left the child, who Judge said is in critical condition, at her home alone, and appeared to make her way to her sister's home in Orlando, where she was later arrested by the Orange County Sheriff's Office. The boyfriend went back home to grab him, and they both went to the hospital, according to Judge. The other two young children were also located, and their custody plan is being evaluated by the Florida Department of Children and Family Services. Now, until I read this article, I never was for that, family and children. But it's a necessary quote unquote evil to have in this wicked society we got, because you got people like this that's quote unquote raising children. So you got to have somebody that can interfere, because all them children gonna do is grow up and be degenerate. And the judge says, obviously, we're not impressed with her conduct. She has clearly violated all kinds of laws of the state of Florida, judge said. The boyfriend was treated for bruising to his lungs and body and has been released from the hospital, Fox 13 reported. The toddler suffered numerous injuries, including a broken left shoulder and collarbone, broken ribs, a partially collapsed lung, and abrasions and bruising on his body. He remains hospitalized in Tampa, judge said. Orange County jail records show Ross was booked on Tuesday on the following charges: simple domestic battery, hit and run resulting in property damage, aggravated battery, child neglect without bodily harm, and aggravated child abuse. When interviewed by investigators, Ross allegedly said there had been multiple times in the past when she pretended she was going to run over her boyfriend. So this has happened plenty of times, but would swerve at the last second to avoid hitting him. She also said she assumed he would have moved out of the way, according to Fox 13. So so you so I can't even get it out. Like, why would you play this game in your child? You're talking about crazy. Here's a crazy woman, judge said while holding a picture of Ross's mugshot. So, brothers, we gotta people in general. If you want a prosperous life, we gotta avoid these type of people and these type of situations. If you can't conduct yourself properly, you deserve these type of situations. That's unfortunate, and that don't sound too, but if you're willing to tolerate this type of situation, then this is what's gonna come out of it.